Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today we have the latest and greatest sketchbook tour. Right next to me I have this fat stack of sketchbooks, and it feels like it was just yesterday when I ordered this one off Amazon.
Oh, and by the way, all the products that I use are linked on my website, which is in the description below.
So with all that being said, let's get straight into it.
So this sketchbook was started back in 2024 towards the end of November, and the sketchbook includes 80 sheets, so you can do the maths. But starting off with Red Hood, and turning the page we have my third most popular TikTok with Miles Morales and Spider Cat. I really like how this turned out. The only thing I would change is maybe the spacing between Miles's eyes, but other than that, this might be one of my favourites in my Spidey series. And then we've got another popular Spider-Man variant, 313, who is obviously rap battling Eminem, and everyone was hating on the Minecraft trailer, but I thought it was going to be a hit, and I was right. The original Blue Power Ranger, the only Power Ranger that I've drawn, but I really like how it turned out, so I might have to draw some more. Batman Hush suit, which is one of my favourite Batman suits, designed by Jim Lee, and Spider-Man Last Stand, Spider-Man. And because my Halloween series was so successful, I decided to do another one for Christmas. If you haven't seen them, I'll let you try and guess what movies I drew for each day, starting off with some unconventional Christmas movies, and then getting into some more classic ones towards the end. For some reason I was struggling with getting the likenesses of some of these actors, but I ended up just getting through it. I think this Terrifier piece is a big improvement to the one in the Halloween series. I actually watched some of these movies for the first time on the days that I drew them, which was pretty fun. And some of these are just childhood classics. And this is the one movie here which I cannot bring myself to finish. Possibly my favourite 2 pages in this series. And this was days 22, 3 and 4, with the final day being a bonus out of the sketchbook piece. And that wraps up the Christmas series. Failed Squid Game sketch before my actual Squid Game piece. But yeah, I just decided to draw Squid Game because the second season really surprised me with how good it was. Of course, it was only a matter of time before I drew Marvel Rivals Spider-Man. And this Booster Gold sketch is quite funny because I made it for the 5 Booster Gold fans, and it ended up being one of my most popular vids. So yeah, I guess there's a lot more of us Booster Gold fans. Spider Ramen or Peter Pot Noodle, whatever you want to call him.
Quick break for our sponsor. Just kidding, I don't have a sponsor yet, but I do want to tell you that I am hard at work on starting my first comic, so keep an eye out for announcements.
And this brings us to one of my favourite double page spreads in this sketchbook, with Miss Fantastic and the Invisible Woman in their Marvel Rivals designs. Then we have a pretty important milestone in the Spider-Man series, because this was potentially the last video my American audience on TikTok would have seen from me. And so yeah, I decided to draw the first appearance of Spider-Man. And then we've got another one of my favourite DC characters, which is John Constantine. And you can see I did the magic effects with the Derwent Inktense pencils, which I have a review of on this channel. And then Big Time Spider-Man, which I used a Todd McFarlane pose, which I think looks sick. And then Spider-Boy, who, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really like his design at first, but it's kind of grown on me, especially after drawing it. Creature Commando's GI robot, and then the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man suit. I'm halfway through it, and yeah, it surprised me with how decent it actually is. The Thing, which I painted in gouache paint, and I absolutely loved that he had the trench coat in the trailer. So a character other than Spider-Man that I'm known for drawing quite a lot is Invincible, which is weird because in the previous sketchbook there was 0 Invincible drawings, but now I'm about to make up for that. Kicking it off with a part 2 to my Bloodlust Spidey vs Invincible drawing. We got Oliver, we got Mark when he's fighting Cecil's robots. Spider-Man and Invincible, and I really like how I did the background for this. And then we have 3 different Valentine sketches, which I all did on the same day. And yeah, because I have really dedicated followers who don't give up commenting day whatever of asking for whatever character. And well, if you ask me enough, I'm gonna give in eventually. So yeah, Sam as Captain America, and I quite like this suit. Still think the other one's a bit more unique, and I have mixed feelings on the movie, but it is what it is. Spider UK, who is obviously significant to me, and then my most popular Invincible drawing on YouTube, which was done whilst I was using acrylic markers for the first time, really cheap ones off of Temu. Spider Toaster with those same acrylic markers. Atom even more of a realistic style. I saw the news of the Marvel and DC crossover comic that's happening this year, so I had to draw Spider-Man and Nightwing. Hopefully that actually happens in the comic. And then more season 3 drawings of Invincible, Conquest, Rexplode, Mohawk Mark, Masked Mark, Omni Mark, Shiesty Mark, or Hoodvincible. The season 3 finale, Invincible vs Conquest, and yeah, I had to draw that scene because the animators cooked with that episode, and I ended up redrawing this scene for a commission, which I went into a lot more detail with. And then Sinister Mark, and then Peter Park's car, which might be the only vehicle that I've drawn in the past few sketchbooks. CW Flash, the cleanest hairline in the Invincible universe. and CW Reverse Flash. Poison Spider-Man and LeBron Spider-Man. I didn't end up colouring the Spider-Man because I wasn't sure whether or not to go with the Lakers colours or go with the classic red and blue. Then probably my favourite Doomsday announcement was Cyclops coming back, so I had to draw him, and the Frank Quietly jackets are just so sick, so yeah, had to go at drawing that. And then we've got Muse with a painting of Daredevil in blood in the background, and I really like this sketch, but I really don't like how the MCU handled Muse. Hopefully he comes back with his actual comic powers, but we'll see. Fortnite Spider-Man 0. And then lastly but not least, Ghost Rider and Spawn.
And that is it, folks. Thank you so much for getting to the end of the video. Comment what else you want to see from the channel, and yeah, comment what your favourite page from the sketchbook was. But we are so close to hitting 4,000 subscribers, so if you're not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Till the next one.